Hey everyone, I'm Paul Norkus, 5G Marketing Manager here at Dell Technologies, and we're here at Mobile World Congress in Barcelona 2025, and I want to share with you our Open Telecom Ecosystem story that we're bringing to our telecom partners and mobile operators here on the show floor of our booth. Now to start with, our Open Telecom Ecosystem is really focused on bringing together the overall ecosystem, focusing on our labs, where we bring together our OSS, BSS, our 5G core, RAN partners, edge partners, really the whole portfolio of telecom vendors that we work with to accelerate the open and modern telecom ecosystem. In the high level picture, we really do this in three ways. So first off is we really collaborate on a global scale. And while we call this an Open Telecom Ecosystem Lab, it's really much more than that. We have the capabilities to really extend our lab into partner labs into ours, as well as to mobile operators, as we actually go and bring these telecom solutions together. A key piece of it is having this lab means our partners get access to the latest and greatest Dell Technology telecom hardware solutions. Whether it's our Power Edge servers, our Telecom AI workload servers, our switches and our power store solutions. Basically, we have the complete solutions that we can replicate a mobile operator environment in our labs. Additionally, with the ability to collaborate on a global scale, we can differentiate the networks that are used, where in a partner lab we can say have a RAN deployment, in our portion of our lab have a core deployment, and in a cloud and mobile environment have the rest of the 5G core. And really the overall goal of this is to make the telecom solutions consumable, such that it gives mobile operators confidence in the solutions that are coming into them are going to work as expected on them. Now the way we bring these solutions together, we really do it on multiple levels. And I'm going to really focus on kind of like how we engage with the partners and telecom operators for making this happen. One of the key ways we do this is through proof of concepts. You can think of this as using our Open Telecom ecosystems as a sandbox environment where both partners and mobile operators can test new solutions, validate partners that are working together, seeing how they work out. And this can be a one-off activity or a continuing engagement where they bring in new ones. And you can see some of the partners that we've actually worked with here to be able to help with, enable these proof of concepts. The next piece we have for bringing these together is solution validation. And this is really focusing on the actual deployments of solutions that mobile operators are going to bring into their environments. And this is where we are able to bring together a full stack solution, validation from 5G core, OSS, BSS, edge, virtual RAN, open RAN solutions. And we have worked with a host of mobile operators that you can see here. We have references on our webs that you can see how we've successfully brought these partners solutions that have been validated to perform under their expectations. We've connected our labs together to focus not only on one-off verification, but also ongoing lifecycle management to make sure that these can continuously improve and using the continuous integration, continuous deployment models rolled into the department environment from our labs. A key way that we bring all this together is through our lab validation services. And this is really the way that the mobile operators can go and engage in bringing their, with the Open Telecom Ecosystem Lab so they can execute solution validation, do systems acceptance testing, post-deployment validation, as well as complete lifecycle management, really having continuous network improvement through our OTEL programs, either in our lab or even on the premise of the mobile operators themselves. Now, one of the big ways that we actually bring the telecom solution together is by validating solutions through our certification programs. And our certification programs really becomes an anchor point. We really believe in having an open ecosystem of telecom vendors across OSS, BSS, RAN, core, and edge solutions. And we have multiple ways for it to be able to engage. And the reason we want to do this is we really want to accelerate the readiness of these telecom solutions that are bringing to market. We're able to bring them in, test them in, and validate them on our systems to make sure they can operate in stable deployment in the mobile operator space. Also a chance to explore new revenue opportunities as we're able to have solutions that can drive new revenue opportunities for not only our telecom partners, for the mobile operators themselves. and ultimately getting the Dell Technologies Telecom Certified badge enhances market acceptance, knowing that you have a trusted vendor such as Dell themselves being able to bring these together. And the way we bring these certification programs is through multiple ways. So starting off with joint certification, this is really focusing on ways that we have one-off kind of engagements, deep engagements based on a business need or customer opportunity for being able to have these solutions working. This could be from cloud stack vendors such as SUSE and Whitestack, or network equipment providers such as Nokia, but really being able to have an ongoing way to certify specific solutions that are coming in from our telecom vendors. Next, we have self-certification, and self-certification is really an easy way for a lot of the telecom ISVs to come in, where we have dedicated test lines with dedicated test cases to ensure that the telecom operator, telecom vendor software can be stably deployed on Dell infrastructure. We're really taking over the initial hurdle that mobile operators don't want to do. We're doing it for them to give confidence that are there. And we have a great portfolio. We're coming up on 50 telecom partners that have been verified in our ecosystem. We have dedicated test lines using our latest, not only Intel-based servers such as our 750, 760 and our XR8000 series, but also AMD-based servers on our R7615. So we're really looking at the complete portfolio of solutions that the mobile operators are done. And this is across Wind River, Red Hat, VMware, as well as bare metal solutions. Additionally, we have our certification on our Dell Telecom infrastructure blocks. And this is where we actually go in-depth, usually associated with the customer engagement, where we're validating the capabilities of a partner solution running on our Dell Telecom infrastructure block, which is basically a pre-configured, pre-designed solution of Dell Power Edge servers, cloud platforms on Red Hat, with servers, even AI solutions that can literally be brought out from the factory and deployed into the operator network. And what we're doing is certifying that those solutions work on there. And while we have a portfolio of solutions, we've recently certified 3 operators here, which we announced around Mobile World Congress. We have FNT with their command software solutions. We have NEC with their access and mobility management function, and we have Ericsson with their charging and billing solutions. So we're continuing to expand the portfolio of certified solutions on our Dell Telecom infrastructure blocks. And what's new here at Mobile World Congress is we're expanding our certification program to focus on AI. Now, AI is the hot new thing that we have in the market, and we also want to be able to accelerate the AI solutions that are out there. But the AI solutions that are coming out there, there's really some challenges to have with them. The main thing is there's a lot of competition out there. There's a lot of solutions that are coming. So how do these telecom AI vendors differentiate in the market? And basically, certification and the Dell Technologies Telecom Certified badge really gives them to be able to be certified. Allows them to build credibility and trust, noting that they brought into Dell's labs and have been tested and validated on the latest and greatest AI servers. And what we do is we ensure that not only the solution can be deployed on a Dell server, but we're also testing the functionality and performance and compliance of them with, and integrating them in with the existing telecom infrastructure. So when we actually go through the actual AI certification, we see this as being kind of 4 key value points around that. So number 1 is a dedicated program. So we've established test lines in our Open Telecom Ecosystem Lab specifically for validating these telecom AI independent software solutions in our labs. We're using the industry-leading test processes for validating these solutions with the latest and greatest test tools so that we can simulate traffic going in all through a 5G network. So that's the key thing. We're running in an environment that is what the operator is actually going to deploy in. So some of these AI solutions that have maybe been developed in the cloud, we can actually have them come in and really operate on a cloud environment on Dell hardware in our labs. And the key thing is, it's not a one-off activity. We actually proactively maintain the certification. These partners can come in and recertify as they get new software releases in, or as they get new functionality in, they can come in and certify along with it. So the scope of the certification, we really divide it into 2 steps. So number 1 is we're actually leveraging our existing self-certification program to be able to validate that these Telecom AI ISV software solutions can even be deployed using cloud techniques into Dell solutions. And what this is focusing on to making sure that these Telecom AI software is compatible with and ready for stable deployment on Dell hardware. And that in itself earns the validation of being Dell Telecom certified. What we do is we have a phase 2, which is Telecom AI Solution Certification. And this is really where we get into the in-depth certification capabilities, where we actually bring in Dell hardware with GPUs equipped with them to be able to enhance solution performance, innovate securely, verify compliance, and really stand out in competitive markets. So the self-certification piece, as I mentioned, builds on our existing self-certification program that we've had for the past 3 years, which really started our whole certification aspect. We test basic integration, functionality, and stability testing. We do install, deployment, and we deinstall the software. We do light hardware stability testing CPU performance, temperature, power consumption, network interface card testing. We do some short duration to make sure bugs and stabilities are there. And we also verify the code quality is there, and we're backed by having OTEL engineers. Almost calling this self-certification almost doesn't do it justice. This is really a white gloves process where we have these Telecom AI ISVs get paired up with engineers to help them move them through the overall certification process. And you can see we even have some partners right here that have already gone through the self-certification process, these AI vendors that you see. We have available for PowerEdge R760s, AMD-based 7615s, and of course our PowerEdge XR8000 servers. Now, as I mentioned, self-certification is the first stage. The second stage is then Telecom Solution Certification for AI. And this is where we're really doing the in-depth certification capabilities. The key thing is, a lot of these AI companies don't have the ability to access these new Dell AI solutions. So that's what we have them for in our labs, to have them come on in and certify on them. And what we do is we focus on the specific use case. So we understand what is the solution that they're driving for that particular use case. How do we set them and get up in our lab such that we can actually certify them on these Dell hardware test lines. We test for performance and stability. We test for maintenance and compatibility. We test for hardware impact using the industry-leading testing techniques that we have with test vendors. So what we've done in our Open Telecom Ecosystem Lab, you can see over here on the right side that we have an AI infrastructure stamp. And this is really where we're doing the functional testing associated with it. At the top, we have the Telecom AI workload that's being actually under certification, riding on top of a Kubernetes platform CAS layer. And then we have two server line setups. We have the PowerEdge R760XA with the NVIDIA H1 Tensor Core GPUs, and then we also have the PowerEdge XR8000 with the NVIDIA L4 Tensor Core GPUs. So it really provides the array of options based on the deployments, and we're going to continue to expand these with new GPUs and hardware versions as they come out. But key to our solution isn't just a standalone test on these hardware servers. We've actually enabled a full 5G telecom test line in with our lab, which we use to actually drive it. This is what we talk about when we say we're replicating the environment that the mobile operators are actually using. So we are certifying these solutions on the way the operators are actually going to be deploying them in their networks. We have RF chambers, we can simulate RF traffic, we can have a distributed centralized unit and have a complete 5G core solution so we can test the complete capability of a 5G network with this Telecom AI vendor stamp. And what's great is we haven't been doing this in isolation. We've actually been working with some of our telecom partners as we set up and validate these. Ara Technologies with their NAVEX solution. We have Amdocs with the Amdocs Amaze suite. We have Kinetica with their SQL GPT solution, and Opanga Rain with their predictive RAN solution that we have here. And what I want to do is we actually have a live demonstration here at Mobile World Congress where we worked with Kinetica to be able to showcase what is it actually like to operate in a test environment to do the certification. So what I'm doing is I'm going to actually go And we have a screen here where we've actually logged into the Dell environment, where we have the Kinetica application running in our labs on the certification test line. So this is actually the front end to the Kinetica SQL GPT suite. So what they're doing is they're actually monitoring traffic, packet traffic that's going between the distributed unit and the centralized unit and the network. And what we can do is they actually go and they look at this packet information and using actual average everyday language, go through and analyze the traffic that's going through. And to showcase how this actually works from the AI telecom vendors coming in, we actually have our partner Kinetica running their software solution, and this is in our Open lab in Round Rock, Texas. So we're remotely logged in from Barcelona into Round Rock. And basically the Kinetica solution allows a kind of like a chat function to be able to analyze packet traffic that's happening in the network. So what I can do, for example, is it's monitoring the packet information. You can ask something like, hey, is there any problems with authentication? Any errors that are coming in? And so as we execute that, we're actually going to see the Kinetica software go through, and what we can do is test things like, what is the state of the CPU as the actual AI solution is running? What's the temperature status? What's the storage status? What's the power status along with it? We can also see then what's going on with the GPU itself. We can see how many GPU cards are used, what's the temperature associated with the GPU, what's the power consumption associated with them. We actually get more details then on the GPU. You can see here when I started up that command, we can now see things like the GPU temperature and the power usage are increasing as the actual AI functions are going into its large language model and actually filtering the information that it needs as it responds back. We can check token response, how long does it take for overall end-to-end latency for the actual response to come back. We also can check the cloud layer, such that we, the CAS layer of the Kubernetes, to see how many containers are running, how many pods are running, and then most importantly at all, what's happening within the actual large language model. What's the latency happening? What's the scheduler state? What's the cache utilization? So basically what we're able to do is use all this information, working with the Telecom AI vendor to be able to certify these solutions such that mobile operators know that we're going to bring in something into their network that actually solves the problems and runs in their environment. So with this all, you can see the Open Telecom Ecosystem Lab really provides great opportunities for our telecom partners and for mobile providers to really accelerate the deployment and transform the network. So when we talk about the telecom ecosystem coming together and your future being here, this is how we're making it happen, making it real with our Open Telecom Ecosystem.